Hi everyone and welcome to PsyQ. Well, it's been 50 years since the US Surgeon General told America to stop smoking, and that means it's been 50 years of anti-smoking commercials. But we wanted to look at the data and see, do anti-smoking commercials actually stop people from smoking? There's a large body of research and evidence that shows that anti-smoking commercials do actually have some impact on the number of people who smoke. And that seems obvious. We think that if we just tell people that smoking is bad, that smoking kills, then of course they're going to stop doing it. But research has also shown that only some commercials have that effect. Some commercials actually have the opposite effect and encourage people to smoke, even though their message is supposed to be anti-smoking. Anti-smoking commercials have been shown to be most effective at stopping never smokers from becoming smokers. They work best on people who've never picked up a cigarette, but they're not really that effective at encouraging smokers to quit. That's why there's been a lot of emphasis on commercials aimed at teens, targeting the youth before they ever have a chance to be exposed to cigarette smoking. One example of this was the 2004 Truth campaign, which at the time was the largest advertising campaign of its kind, aimed at helping teens to rebel by not smoking.
Sorry to bother you, but we've got a question. Do you know how many people tobacco kills every day? You know what? We're going to leave this here for you so you can see what 1,200 people actually look like.
And it was pretty successful. A 2008 report that interviewed over 8,000 teenagers concluded that the Truth campaign possibly stopped 500,000 people from taking up smoking and prevented thousands of deaths. But the problem is that much of the anti-smoking material is actually funded not by governments and not by anti-smoking groups, but by tobacco companies themselves. The rationale is that sometimes they need to do a good PR campaign or they need to show goodwill to the government. And so one easy way to do that is to produce anti-smoking commercials aimed at illegal underage smoking. But here's the thing, tobacco companies know that certain types of advertising can actually encourage teenagers to try smoking. They know that very authoritative, top-down, like just say no, do what we tell you type voices in the commercials will actually encourage curiosity from teens and encourage experimentation with smoking. A 2006 study in California found that campaigns that were sponsored by Philip Morris were more likely to encourage teen experimentation with smoking. The study also found that the will to experiment increased the more they were exposed to the campaigns. The more they saw the anti-smoking messages, the more they wanted to rebel. This shows us two things. One is we need to be very careful when special interest groups like tobacco companies have any say in the public health messages that we're putting out to the public. And the second is we have enough research and data to show the types of campaigns that work. And yet our public health organizations and governments still try and do this authoritative, top-down, do what we tell you, just the facts type of advertising. Repeatedly, this style of advertising has been shown to be ineffective or minimally effective at best, and yet we continue to pump millions of dollars behind these sort of campaigns funded by public health organizations. So we have the information on what works. We just need to make sure we're using it when we're designing our public health campaigns. Hi everyone, I'm Jade Lovell, resident science nerd on the Young Turks Network. You're watching PsyQ and we know you don't want to miss an episode, so please click the subscribe button down below.